Hi there, you're at the Hedera Wyckoff session. So in the title I put in the post Upthrust move. That's not the Upthrust we're seeing in the weekly chart right now on this side. So it's actually inside the daily chart. Let's quickly take a look at both charts and see where Hedera is heading to. Here we're seeing the weekly chart where I have put in Upthrust question mark over here is actually for both of these, because previously without the this week's red candle, it was pretty green and went above this green resistance line that's 29 cents. And however, instead of going to challenge the 0.33 sky blue line of resistance, it returned to test or challenge the yellow support line of 25 cents. Given the backdrop, if we combine the volume, let's take out one more. I don't know why there is two over here. So here, the good thing is the volume isn't as high, even though the candlestick is pretty long. So hopefully this is just a retracement instead of like a full track back of prices like over here. So I hope we will still be able to see an upthrust, but just in case I will still keep these two tags over here. Either way, if it is really an LPSY, there is still a chance for a bit of wick movements and then eventually die down, much like what happened here back in 2022. If it is really going towards an upthrust, then what could happen is it bounces off from this 25 cents yellow support line and shoot above the 29 cents and challenge this 33 cents keys of resistance line. So last time during December and January, both the buying climax and the second test has passed this line and even the other blue line at 38 cents. However, within the week, the price immediately came back and closed below this sky blue line of 33 cents. So here's the thing, if we look at what happened over here after the upthrust, or like before the upthrust, here the volume actually got like lower and lower for a period, and then boom, it went up to the upthrust and then quite a bit of selling and then went low in terms of volume, and that's how it got to those heights. Here, I'm hoping, given this volume, it's way lower than what we've seen over the past 3 weeks. If it ever gains momentum again, then we still have a chance to see upthrust or even upthrust after distribution. So let's see whether the momentum can continue over here. If we look at the daily, last time we say, okay, we have seen the second test, so it should logically, if it follows the Wyckoff pattern, then it should go to the sign of, or head to the sign of weakness. And indeed, it happened here on the day of July 24th, the first day, last Thursday, and then it popped up and say there may be an LPSY after the sign of weakness, and surprisingly it's more than an LPSY. Oh, by the way, rather than replacing that, let's duplicate one and put in an upthrust over here. So an upthrust had happened on Sunday, but then like when this week started, it eventually comes back down from the green line we already talked about to this yellow line. So here we see declining volumes, So hopefully this is a good sign. And if we draw a channel box, we drag this over here, and if you take a look at that, it's a very steep upward slope, but the current fall is still within the channel. So like I said earlier, if it successfully defends the yellow support line, then it will continue to bounce upwards towards the higher levels. And here we see a triangle, right? So it's approaching an area where a breakout has to happen. Either it breaks downwards outside of this upward channel box, or it breaks the green line and challenges the higher levels. The thing is, textbook theory says an ascending triangle is a bullish sign, so theoretically it should go up, but we all know there are always exceptions. So while we hope for that to happen, prepare for the other side as well. So after the upthrust, yeah, there can be upthrust of the distribution. That's where it goes higher. If not, then there would be another sign of weakness, maybe of similar level as this one, or maybe even a little bit lower, and followed by an LPSY, and eventually dies down to the next accumulation. So given this, once again, another question mark: is it heading towards a sign of weakness, or is it just going to rebound and show us an upthrust of the distribution? Or is it going this way to sign of weakness and then another last point of supply before it retraces back to this short-term playground showing the white box here? So that was a period during early March to earlier this month that there was a little bit of distribution in early May, but pretty much the whole time it has been accumulating. So just want to quickly check this current squeeze as well. Currently there's no squeeze at the moment, but it seems like it's approaching pretty quickly. So if the price continues to bounce within a narrow range, then these, let me turn off the drawings. The purple lines are coming together, right? You see, and they are getting closer into or within the orange line. If that happens, then we'll see a change in the momentum of movements. So much like what happened here, we see the purple lines got into the orange, and then boom, that's when we had the climb towards the buying climax. That's a much bigger movement when there's a squeeze. So if the orange lines now, like if the purple gets into the orange, then we may see another big move. So I think it's getting closer. You see these lines coming in. It's probably going to happen in the next few days. And always remember, the squeeze doesn't only show us upward momentum. It can be something downwards. Much like, okay, this happened here, there was upward, and immediately there was a little bit of, like the purple went into the orange, and then that's another squeeze over there. And then one more squeeze, that's up, and immediately it came down as well. So it can be very rapid. So whenever you see the purple within the orange, that shows there will be drastic price moves, but it's not always one side. It's not always upwards or downwards. It can be either side. So while I say it's probably going to happen in the next few days, just be prepared. Whether you are a bull or a bear, you know what to do. Set the stop loss, whichever direction you are hoping the Hedera is heading to.